company that accessed the data of millions of Facebook users was Cambridge Analytica, an American-British political operation widely credited with helping Donald Trump to victory in 2016.
I look very much forward to being your president.
At the weekend, Britain's Channel 4 went undercover to reveal accusations of just how far this shadowy political outfit would go.
Is that immediately recording?
Yeah.
Its senior figures boasting they could spread fake news on Facebook.
There's no good fighting an election campaign on the facts, because actually it's all about emotion.
It has to happen without anyone thinking that's propaganda.
The company's alleged actions went much further to bribe, blackmail and abuse information for the benefit of those who paid them.
Instantly having video evidence of corruption, putting it on the internet, all sorts of things.
Alexander Nix has now been stood down. Cambridge Analytica rose to influence in 2014 as a political consultancy. It was financially backed by Republican billionaire Robert Mercer. Mercer appointed as VP a man who had become Donald Trump's trusted advisor, Stephen Bannon. Alexander Nix was made CEO of Cambridge Analytica UK, as well as SCL Elections, an offshoot of the group which created Cambridge Analytica. Back in 2014, SCL Elections struck a deal with Global Science Research, or GSR, to harvest data from 50 million Facebook profiles, which will be matched back to electoral rolls. The man who founded GSR is Alexander Kogan. He's the Cambridge academic who discovered how to glean people's political leanings from information associated with their Facebook profiles. Kogan is also an associate professor at St. Petersburg University and was given a specific research grant from the Russian government to look into Facebook user data. It's a web which came undone spectacularly this week when this man, former Cambridge Analytica staffer Chris Wylie, blew the whistle.
Steve wanted weapons for his culture war. That's what he wanted. And we offered him a way to accomplish what he wanted to do, which was change the culture of America.
Chris Wylie worked for Cambridge Analytica in its early days. He's now set to testify against them in both British and American investigations.
This data was used to create profiling algorithms that would allow us to explore mental vulnerabilities of people and then map out ways to inject information into different streams or channels of content online so that people started to see things all over the place that may or may not have been true. This is a company that really took fake news to the next level by powering it with algorithms.
Frank Luntz is a renowned Republican pollster.
There are limits to how far you can campaign, and I'm afraid that some people in America just don't know those limits.
He's told 730 he's deeply disturbed by the allegations against Cambridge Analytica.
That ought to scare even the most confident small d Democrat that there is something horribly wrong, that our electoral system has become toxic, and something needs to be done before it spreads to other countries.
In Australia, it's now been confirmed members of the Liberal Party met with Cambridge Analytica, and then Minister for Cybersecurity Dan Tehan had dinner with company representatives, but they all say it went nowhere.
Well, as far as Cambridge Analytica is concerned, I'm not aware of it doing any work for the Liberal Party.
The Privacy Commissioner's now investigating, but Patrick Ruffini, a strategist on George W. Bush's digital team in 2004, says the use of data on all sides of politics deserves scrutiny.
Well, I think that the reason that you have certain companies that haven't attracted perhaps the same level of publicity as Cambridge Analytica is that they are have a very sophisticated offering, but is not necessarily promising that you're going to profile every voter's personality.
730 understands another powerful American digital operation is at work in Australia.
Contact us to get started too.
i360 has been funded to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars by the conservative Koch brothers. The Prime Minister was asked about the use of i360 in the recent South Australian election.
Well, you should talk to the South Australians about that.
730's asked both the South Australian and Victorian state Liberal parties about the nature of their contracts with the American company, where their voter data comes from, and where it's going. The South Australian branch didn't respond, and the Victorian branch's only response was to deny using Cambridge Analytica. But this scandal is now causing Facebook to confront one of its biggest fears: new laws to limit its powers.
I actually am not sure we shouldn't be regulated. I think in general technology is an increasingly important trend in the world, and I actually think the question is more, what is the right regulation, rather than yes or no, should it be regulated?